So, what would you do if you had a story that would take around 25 episodes to tell fully, but you only have 12 episodes to work with? A challenge that most artists probably will face at one point or another, having a great idea but not enough resources to make it into a reality. And it's not like you can just give up on it, so you try to find a way to rework it with those limitations. I'm not saying for sure that is what happened with Planet With, but it might just be a better example of how to handle a situation like this than series that are actually made with those limitations. Planet With tackles an expansive story of galactic warfare and interpersonal development, while trying to follow a tight 3-act structure. It does this all while having a distinctive lack of exposition. It explains the story through the character's emotional involvement with it. No one will say how important something is, or why they may be doing something. Rather, we are shown how our main cast of characters interact with each other and the problems at hand. Meaning, while building the characters, the story is also being put together. Whether it be a character switching gears or losing a piece of themselves, nothing happens within the narrative without the characters pushing it forward. It might be more important to realize that characters are also never really by themselves. Every time a decision is made, or a feeling of despair is had, there's always another character right there to interact with the focal cast member, giving a frame to view this person from, but also as a point of interaction which will have that emotion be explored in even more ways. To say the series is based on emotion would be an understatement, especially since it's basically a kid's version of Gurren Lagann. It might not even be appropriate to say that this series has a plot, since in reality everything that happens is from a series of decisions made by the characters. Every driving force and loss of momentum is directly from actions taken by a cast member. If you've ever wanted to have characters feel like they have agency, then making everything in the story rotate around their decisions is just about as much agency as you can give them. It especially helps if all the cast members are smart, but yet still flawed individuals. Heck, when the smartest character is a gluttonous, crotchety old man, then you're probably on the right track. I've been gushing about the story in a fairly unconnected way thus far, so let's give this video some focus and criticism. The final few episodes are much better than the rest of the series. They truly are a marvel, and it's a shame the rest of the series couldn't have had the same level of written polish that they had. I am so sure of the quality of these episodes that someone could start watching the series after the time skip and have a perfect understanding of the characters and events happening and still feel the same level of emotion as someone who had watched the rest of the series. Why am I so confident in that fact? Well, simply put, even if you had watched the series all the way through, the change to the cast is so drastic after the time skip that you basically are being introduced to these characters for the first time anyway. But yet, in a matter of a couple episodes, you don't just understand these characters and their goals, but you understand their relationships with each other. There's a sense of closeness, and a consistent feeling that every distinctive moment in time has led to these characters as they are now. It truly is special how the cast is built up so quickly, and it all comes through just having them casually interact with each other. The reason that this works is also really simple. Usually, when a cast interacts, the characters haven't gotten very much development yet, and usually the writer only knows the characters as well as the audience does. Whereas in this case, it feels like these are fully fleshed out people because of the fact that they actually are. It's just that we are only being shown a window in to view them from. It's almost like we're viewing a real living world through a series of connected events in the narrative. Hey, I just described what writing is. I know that sounds like the most basic concept of putting together a good story, but the fact that a mad lad actually went through with it is insane. Most stories are put together with smoke and mirrors, to make you feel like there is more to it than there actually is. Whereas in this case, we are just given a plain and simple, well put together script, which is driven by fleshed out characters and themes that end up striking a chord. That in of itself is worth marveling at. Thanks for watching this video on Planet With. If you enjoyed it, I'd appreciate a like, just to let YouTube know to send this video to more people. There are more of my videos on the screen for people to watch, and if you want to keep up with the latest videos as they come out, subscribe. If you have any recommendations for anime you'd like me to cover, leave them in the comments. Also, while you're down there, it'd be cool to have feedback from people on what they thought was good about the characterization for Planet With. I'll see you in the next video.